All right. If everything worked out correctly, no more technical difficulties. Round two. That's right. This is what happens whenever you don't live stream often. You're running the errors, but we're going to bring it right back up. My bad about it to those who caught the last one. We on the new one. Don't forget, hit the thumbs up like we did the last time. Let's get us up in the algorithm so we can talk this 2024 heavyweight boxing. So, as I was saying in the previous video, what I would love to see is Tyson Fury versus Usyk. First and foremost, it's undisputed. Biggest fight in heavyweight boxing by far. It has to be. So that's the number one fight that I want to see personally. So that's how I want to see it. I believe it's happening in February. So just next month we get to see that. My number two fight would be AJ versus Hrgovic. I know that's going to be next. They're talking about Francis Ngannou versus AJ. I mean, that's a cool fight and all, but I want to see AJ go for that IBF title that's going to be stripped because they've already said that that's what's going to happen, which sucks. I don't like people getting belts like that. But, at least if AJ gets another title, then he has the opportunity to fight for that belt, whether it be against Tyson Fury or running a trilogy with Usyk. Now, I will say this. If the AJ that showed up against Valine, let me say it right, shows up against Usyk, if that AJ would have showed up, that 250-pound bodybuilder would have showed up with all that muscle, all that power, it would have been a completely different fight. It would have been a completely different fight. If he would have imposed his will on him like Derek Chisora did and made Usyk go life or death. See, that's the thing about it. And that's why I don't think Usyk can beat Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury will impose himself on you. In his last fight, it didn't work out so well because for the first time, he was going up against a guy who was damn near the same weight as him, except unlike being 270 plus pounds of fat, Ngannou was 274 pounds of muscle, strength. And that laying, it didn't work. Did not work. So that's my second fight that I want to see the most. AJ versus Hrgovic. They need to go ahead and get that set up immediately. Now, what would I say my third fight would be? I'm going to tell y'all. I think what would be a very good fight, a very interesting fight, would be Frank Sanchez versus Zhilei Zhang. I think that's a very good fight. You have a very good back foot counterpuncher in Sanchez and a come forward demolition machine in Zhang. I think that is an extremely good fight. Who else could we talk about that would be good in the mix? You got Martin McCauley. He's kind of fringe right there. He's top 10, but is he really top 10? I don't know. I would like to see a McCauley fight like a Jared Anderson. But then you have to ask yourself, how bad does Jared Anderson really want it? He's already talked about that he really doesn't like boxing. And you just have to ask yourself, does he really want to be up for a challenge? I don't know that he does. But I think McCauley, Anderson, that would be a very good fight. I think they're somewhere around the same level. We can't forget Triple D. I would love to see Daniel Dubois versus Joseph Parker, especially how Joseph Parker came off that Deontay Wilder win. I would put that in there. That would be a very good fight. Triple D versus Parker. Both guys are looking very good. They did very good. I'm going to tell y'all, Triple D, he really surprised me. I thought this dude was going to quit. I thought he was going to get worn down. I thought he was going to be thrown in the meat grinder. But he came out moving. This was the most elusive and on his tippy toes I've ever seen. Like, he was actually boxing really well for, I would say, the first 4 to 5 rounds until, he got a little bit tired, got a little more flat-footed, but he's not used to fighting that way. But the way that he came at Jerry Miller really showed new wrinkles in his game plan. And the main thing with Dubois is he's got to start believing in himself when things ain't going his way. It's very hard to change a quitter. It's very hard. No coach, no trainer, nobody can change it but yourself. And he's quit twice. But I do feel like after seeing the performance with Miller, if he would just believe in himself, he could actually be pretty good because he looked pretty damn good. Now, granted, it was against Miller, who obviously didn't look like the same fighter since he got off the gold juice. But, I don't know where Miller goes without the Smoothie King. You know that man looked like he need the PEDs in my opinion, because cheeseburgers ain't cutting it. Like they're not cutting it at all. So trying to think who else. Who are we forgetting? Who did we miss at the top for the heavyweights? What we would like to see. There's Deontay Wilder. Where does he go? Who does he fight? You know, Wilder's no longer a top 10 fighter for the first time in his career. What's going on? Hit the thumbs up. The moderators in the building. Let me know if the sounds good, if it's working right, because before it was not. But I don't know where Deontay Wilder goes. I did my video about him, and it's very hard to see him go anywhere unless everything is revamped. This dude's got to revamp everything from the ground up. From the ground up, he's got to change. Because if he doesn't, it's just going to be the same results every time he steps up. All right, cool, I'm good. Every time he goes up, it's going to be the same. It's not going to look no different. He's going to get outclassed. It happened 3 times, in my opinion, against Fury. I don't believe the first fight was a draw. And no, I don't believe he knocked Fury out in that 12th round in the first fight. Absolutely not. I timed it myself, and Fury was by far all the way up fully within 10 seconds. In fact, you don't even need a stopwatch. You don't even need a stopwatch. All them doctored slow down videos with a stopwatch, they're bullshit. Because all you have to do is look to the bottom left, and you can see where he hits the canvas, and just keep watching that timer on the bottom left, and you can see when he's up. And I guarantee you, it's not 10 seconds from the time he's down and up. Just watch the showtime clock. That's all you got to do. That's it. Just watch the clock. But let me see. I know who I don't want to see, Andy Ruiz, who's been doing more talking. Yeah, like what happened with Ruiz? Really, what's happened with all PBC fighters? None of them are really fighting. Is Frank Sanchez even still on PBC? I don't know. Because I didn't see him. I didn't see any promotion by the PBC for this event. So I don't even know if he's actually truly with them. I mean, maybe they're waiting for that Amazon deal to go through for the PBC fighters to really get back in there, but I don't know. I just know PBC seems where it goes for you to die now because you just get shelved. You really get shelved. Earl Spence didn't fight for going on 2 years before he got in there. Wilder didn't fight for going on 2 years. Andrew Ruiz hasn't fought for going on 2 years. Like, a lot of them dudes, they just get shelved. Gary Russell Jr. hasn't fought since, shit, I don't even know. 20 years ago, they used to talk about Mr. Gary Russell Jr. But I don't know, like, really, truthfully, the only one that actively fights is Tank. That's about it. He said, damn, I forgot about him. Exactly. Even Antoine. When's the last time Antoine's fought? When's the last time you see him? And we ain't even talking about heavyweights right now, but I'm just saying, like, in general. So let's come back around. Andy Ruiz Jr., who should he fight? I don't even know. Like, the dude's been out of the ring for so long. I say put him in there with a Jogba. Let the Nigerian warrior try to get back up since his loss. Let him do Andy Ruiz a Jogba. That's a good fight. You got a Jogba. He's got the same dimensions as Wilder, just a little bit heavier. Not much heavier. A little bit heavier. He's got decent power. Not quite as quick, but a lot more technical boxing ability. So I think that's a good fight. Ruiz versus Jogba. But who does Martin McCauley fight? I brought him up earlier. And I was like, is he a top 10? Is he not a top 10? I don't really know. I don't really know where McCauley fits in because I don't really know who McCauley can beat. We would need UK people in here typing and chatting to let me know. Unfortunately, this video's got no tags because the last one that had all the tags went down. So it's going to be very hard with YouTube bullshitting my algorithm, bullshitting my views to get people in here tonight. But it is what it is. We keep pushing forward, keep making videos, keep the subscription count going up. Eventually, I'll have so many subs that it ain't gonna fucking matter. So, is what it is. But again, who does McCauley fight? Who can McCauley beat? Is he a top 10 fighter or is he not? Because I think Robert Helenius would give McCauley a run for his money, to be honest with you. And that's bad. That's bad. I mean, I'm going to be honest. That might be the top 10 fighter that Deontay Wilder could be right now. Wilder might be able to beat McCauley. That might be the weakest top 10 fighter for him to fight. If you put him in there with McCauley, he might be able to beat him. He might. Oh, you know who McCauley needs to fight? Frazier Clark. There we go. Put him there with Frazier Clark. That's a good fight. I was saying earlier, like Jared Anderson, McCauley, but I think Frazier Clark would be a better fight for him. I think that would be a really good fight if we could get it. And then Jared Miller. Like, these are the people that I think Deontay Wilder should aim for. McCauley, Miller, I think that's the best option. History, Miller talk up a fight. He clearly doesn't let his hands go anymore. He clearly gets tired. He clearly doesn't have the same work rate. So I really think Miller is the best target for Deontay Wilder if he's going to come back. You got a guy who's slow that sits in front of you. I left out Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce has been shelved since he lost twice to Zhang. Frank Warren, I don't believe he likes Joe Joyce. I believe he's in love with Daniel Dubois. He damn near cried when Joe Joyce made him quit. And, I'm just not really seeing no movements with Joe Joyce. I think Joe Joyce's biggest issues was he took off all that weight. For the first fight against Zhang, got his eye beat up, even though I thought he could continue because Zhang looked tired. And then in the rematch, he put back on the weight, but it don't work like that. You can't take all that muscle off and put all that muscle back on and expect to be the same that you was before you took it off in a short period of time. It doesn't work like that. You have to reacclimate your body to getting your strength back because you took it all off for no reason. Like, Joe Joyce was cutting weight like he was a fucking welterweight. Like, what? That made no sense. You get in there with the biggest guy you've ever fought in your career, and you're going to go from 270 to 250 against a guy who's going to be damn near 280? What? And then, like I said, he threw back on all the weight. And it just doesn't work like that. You just can't do that. You can't take it off and just immediately put it back on and expect to have what you had before you took it off. But that would be a good fight. Bring it back up Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz versus Joe Joyce. You got a big, strong heavyweight that's kind of slow, methodical, comes towards you, beats you down against a short, fat heavyweight that can move. You know what I mean? With quick hands. Not a lot of power, but a whole lot of speed. That would make for an interesting matchup. Andy Ruiz, Joe Joyce. Shit, what about Francis Ngannou? Ngannou would be a good fight for any of the top 10 fighters. Oh, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. People could argue with me all day long, but judging off of what I saw, Francis Ngannou will give a lot of these top heavyweights a run for their money because he's very good at positioning, knowing his range. He's good in the clinch, and he's got a lot of power. He's got a lot of power because he dropped Fury and he barely clipped him. Like, if Ngannou could clean up his timing and his accuracy, he's gonna be hard to beat, even at his old age. And he a big ass dude. And you gotta understand, Francis Ngannou in boxing is actually more dangerous than in MMA. Oh, how could you say that? He's an MMA fighter because Ngannou doesn't have to cut weight. Ngannou doesn't have to come in 265 for boxing. He doesn't have to diet. He doesn't have to cut water. He doesn't have to sap his strength like he's in a lower weight class. He can come in where he walks and have all that strength. There's no fat camp. There's no dieting. There's no saunas. There's no hot rags. He just walks in and he can fight whatever he weighs. So when you got a guy who's at his strongest and he's not used to fighting where he doesn't have to cut, he's actually better, in my opinion. Now, boxing purists will disagree with me. They can't accept the fact that an MMA fighter walks over to boxing and arguably beats the best guy in boxing in his first professional fight, arguably wins. I say this, me personally, I had Fury winning, without a doubt. I thought Fury outpointed him. He nicked it. It was a close fight, but I edged it to Fury 6 rounds to 4. Fury won by 1 point on my scorecard whenever you count the knockdown. But the thing about Ngannou is he didn't know how to pace himself, and he won the story of the fight. And what I mean by winning the story of the fight is if you look at the highlights from the fight between Ngannou and Fury, you won't find one for Fury. All the highlights will come one-sided from Ngannou. And boxing purists cannot accept that a guy who came from the MMA world could hang with their best. But how can you not accept it when you just saw it with your own 2 eyes? You got Fury fans making excuses like Deontay Wilder fans. Oh, he didn't really train, even though he told you he really trained, even though his whole staff told you he really trained, even though his brother, Shane, I believe his name is, told you he really trained, even Tom Askren from the UFC, who knows Tyson Fury, who's friends with him, said he knew Tyson Fury was taking Ngannou serious and really training, but they can't. Some people they're so in love with stuff, they're blinded. They can't accept what their eyes and their mind just showed them. They can't perceive it. And they're mad. And I'm not that type of person. I respect you for your skills. And Ngannou has a lot of potential. The only downside is his age. But at the heavyweight division, you can last longer. Heavyweights aren't so fleet-footed. They don't rely so much on speed anymore. This isn't the days of the Mike Tysons, the Holyfields. The heavyweights now don't really look agile. They don't really flow. They're more big, come forward, beat you up. Usyk, fighters like him in heavyweight don't really exist anymore. So when you don't have fleet-footed people and you're not relying on speed to land your shots, guys that are older have more of a chance. That's why when you look at the lower weight classes where power is less and more skill and speed and reaction is greater, they don't last as long. They can't fight as old because speed is the first thing you lose. So even though Ngannou's older, I still think he could do well because he's the same age as Deontay Wilder. They're both 38. So with all the people saying Wilder could come back, Wilder could do better, Wilder trains, stays consistent, active, etc., he'll be good. These same people are saying Ngannou's too old. Make it make sense. It doesn't. It doesn't make sense. So People don't want to call it for what it is. And what it is Ngannou can fight. The dude was a kickboxer. He did amateur boxing, and he went into MMA. From my understanding, his strong point was on his hands, on his feet. I shouldn't say on his hands, was with his hands on his feet. But I do agree that MMA boxing quality is not up to par for the most part. But we're not talking about a Conor McGregor. We're not talking about a little guy who's not going to have one punch knockout power in a boxing ring. We're talking about a 270-pound man that hits extremely hard. And if he clips you, you go down, like Tyson Fury learned very quickly. Tyson Fury had the fear of God on his face. He looked like a deer that just got hit by a fucking truck at midnight. He didn't know what hit him. He had no idea. He was scared. And I've never seen Fury scared before. He was concerned and worried that he was about to lose to an MMA fighter. And that's the thing about it. I don't see it as Ngannou's an MMA fighter. At the end of the day, they're all fighters. Fighters fight. You got to respect somebody if they're fighting. And the bigger you get in weight, the less it's going to matter what discipline they come from, in my opinion. Because again, the heavier you get, the more power you can carry, and the quicker you can end the fight. Like that little pink-haired dude that hangs out with 6ix9ine, that dude will get his ass whooped against Devin Haney. There's no way he will survive. But again, we're talking about a lower weight class. We're talking about 140-pound fighters. Real question. Where does Onak, man, fuck Onaki. That dude has had like 4 or 5 losses in a row. I don't even know if he's still fighting. You know what? I would love to see Ngannou versus Onaki, just so I can see Onaki get knocked out again. I would love to see that fight. I would love to see it. Put Onaki in there with Ngannou. But I will say there are boxers that will cause Ngannou a lot of issues. One of them boxers would be a fighter who fights like Frank Sanchez. Cuban style, super high IQ, very good counterpuncher, very good overhands, very good at keeping the distance, in and out of the pocket, explosion. Ngannou would have a lot of issues with a fighter like Sanchez. That would be a very hard fight for him, stylistically. TD Sports Talk, what's going on? How you doing? Oh, let me do this in case anybody wants to get on. I'm not expecting as many people as normal because my last stream kind of died. Technical difficulties, and then it killed itself. So we're doing this with no tags. No tags, no algorithm. Hit the thumbs up. Help me out. But yeah, Frank Sanchez would be a real problem for somebody like Francis Ngannou, who hasn't really been in there with a lot of the upper echelon. He's only seen Tyson Fury. So it's very hard to hit a guy like Frank Sanchez clean. And Sanchez, he's got decent power. He's not no world beater. He's not no one-punch knockout killer, but he does hit hard. And his power comes from precision, and he's very precise. So I don't know. Like, it's crazy how I'm talking about 2024 heavyweights, and I've segued my way into talking about Francis Ngannou. And really, I'm most excited to see Francis Ngannou, who's not even a boxer. Like, ain't that some shit? I really hope Francis got out of that contract with that other MMA company, and he's coming back to boxing. I'm hoping that Francis Ngannou is fighting on the undercard for Tyson Fury Usyk. That would be fucking amazing. And I'm telling you, he should be fighting a top 10 fighter. I don't care who it is. And I'm telling y'all, if you count this man out, if you think Ngannou's going to go in there and get embarrassed, There's gonna be a lot of boxing fans upset. PFL, yeah. I hope he got out of the PFL contract. I hope he did. I mean, there are certain boxers who would go over to MMA and destroy them. I truly believe that. And there are certain MMA fighters that will come over to boxing and destroy them. It comes down to the individual. Comes down to how good you are. Because I'm gonna tell you, I always said it. In my mind, when I think about UFC fighters, I always thought GSP would be amazing if he would have bought. I've never seen a UFC fighter that had a jab and a straight as clean as his. Like GSP looked like a boxer when he boxed. When he wrestled, he looked like an NCAA champion. Like the dude was amazing. When he kicked, he looked like Jean-Claude Van Damme. But I truly believe GSP would have done great in boxing. Anderson Silva probably would have done very well in boxing if he had come over in his prime. There's just certain people who can fight. That's what it is. And that's what the MMA fighters, or fans, I should say, not fighters, that's what the MMA fans can't understand, and that's what the boxing fans can't understand. Francis Ngannou's here. He's here. And if you put him in there with a top 10 fighter, shit, I'd pay to see Zhilei Zhang versus Ngannou. That'd be a great fight. Two big-ass dudes, neither one. Well, shit, Ngannou's got a lot better movement, head movement than Zhang. But that would be a great fight. Could you imagine Zhilei Zhang versus Ngannou? Bruh, that's the first all over again. Fireworks. Fireworks. Somebody's going to sleep. That shit ain't going the distance. Ain't no way. Ain't no way Ngannou versus Zhang, they both there to be hit. That's an amazing fight. And it would be him getting there with another top 10 fighter. Zhilei Zhang, he's not going to get AJ. So who's he going to fight in the meantime with any type of credibility? And people can say what they want, but Francis Ngannou has credibility by the way he fought with Tyson Fury. A guy in his first pro boxing match, again, arguably beat the best guy. I think Fury is going to easily handle Usyk. And when he does, it only shows you how good Ngannou actually did. It only shows you how good he did. And I guarantee you, Tyson Fury would never give him a rematch. They would never run it back. That would be a good fight, but even at 40, I think Zhang has gotten a little better. Yeah, I mean, Zhang is looking better, especially the way that he disposed of Joe Joyce in the last fight. His timing and his speed looked a lot better, and his endurance. You know, Zhang's Achilles heel, in my opinion, was his gas tank. And against Joe Joyce, in the last fight, he looked like he kept his hand speed the whole way through. All right, my dude. I'm not going to be on much longer. We only been going like 30 minutes. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't done it yet and you're watching in the background. That's all I ask. You're a fan of his trainer? Whose trainer, Zhang's or Ngannou's? That's the fight to make. I'm making a video tomorrow. Zhilei Zhang versus Francis Ngannou. That is the fight to make. 2024. I'm making that video tomorrow. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do a breakdown on the Francis Ngannou Zhilei Zhang fight. That would be amazing on the undercard. That's the co-main, in my opinion. That's a co-main event. Speaking of trainers, you know who I think deserves a lot of credit? Ben Davison. Ben Davison has proven, in my opinion, to be an amazing trainer. He's probably one of the youngest, if not the youngest trainer at the top. Dude's 31, 32 years old. Brought Tyson Fury back from the breaks. Tyson was like 400 pounds. Got him back in shape. He got AJ's confidence back. He's turned around Josh Taylor. Like, look at Josh Taylor under Ben Davison. What's going on, Doug Right Side? You can hop on if you want to. Talk about these heavyweight fights. I went through a whole list, Dub, so hop on. You're more than welcome. I ain't gonna be on for too long, but I'll be on for a little bit longer because I gotta eat some dinner. I'm getting hungry. In the first live stream, fucked up. I think the link's in there. Let me repost the link. Let's repost the link. We got a video with no tags. Let's repost it. He said, give me a quick sec. That's cool. Yo, Doug Rightside has the same mindset as me. There's another dude, y'all don't know him. His name's Get the Smoke. A lot of people know who he is. And me and Doug, we have the same mindset. Ain't no way in fuck no 140-pound or smaller guy ever gonna beat us in a fight. Not a real fight. Too small. Doug, just like me, big ass dude, a lot of weight behind his ass. Ain't no way. It ain't gonna happen. That's why I like Doug. Bro, I would bear hug a motherfucker. I don't give a damn. Ain't no fucking way. Heavyweights over here. What's going on, people? I see y'all arriving. The view count is going up. Hit that thumbs up for me if you don't mind. We were just talking about Ben Davison, how this dude, I mean, I wouldn't even be mad if you gave him trainer of the year. Just off that AJ performance alone. Like this dude, AJ has been shopping around the market, right? Derek James, who has got aggressive style fighters, couldn't even get AJ out of his own head. He couldn't even break him out the shell. He couldn't make him stop being reclusive, stop being hesitant to throw. But Ben Davison is like a fucking psychiatrist. He gets in the fighter's mind and he makes them understand what they are. And AJ understood what he was. And he went out there and he did what I didn't think he would do. Completely annihilated Otto Wallin. I thought he was going to get outboxed. I thought he was going to be scared to throw. Was I wrong? He made Otto Wallin quit. Dude said he didn't even want no more. He said, I don't want to fight the vintage AJ. I thought this was the new AJ that wasn't going to throw two punches around. And I don't want to do this no more. Otto was having his whole life flash before his eyes, walking to that corner with his broke nose. Like, this ain't the same dude I sparred. This ain't the same dude that fought Jermaine Franklin. This ain't the same guy that was in the ring with Usyk. This is a completely different fighter. So like I said, Ben Davison, that dude is a great trainer. I know he's worked with Devin Haney as well. I didn't even bring that up. He's worked with Billy Joe Saunders, but we don't even know what Billy Joe's doing since he got his broke eye. We don't know if he's coming back or not. Last time I heard, he was like 350 pounds. So technically he's a heavyweight, so I can bring his name up. I never liked Billy Joe either. I never liked that dude. But anyways, I digress. Back to the point. Now, there are some up-and-coming fighters that are good too. I didn't even bring up Caballero. Ajit Caballero shocked the world. He was supposed to go in there and be a lamb in front of a lion. And what did he do? He took that fucking sheep clothing off and said, nah. I'm a dire wolf. And I'm about to eat your ass. And that's what he did. He ran through him. Hey, my guy. Hope all is well with you. I hope all is well with you as well. Anthony, how you doing tonight? Oh, Anthony Breland? That can't be related to Mark Breland, can it? But anyways, Caballero looked very good, and I didn't even bring him up yet. I don't know who you put him in the ring with. Because the way that he was looking, he could also be arguably a top 10 fighter. Come on, dog.
Tony, what's up, man? How you feeling, Tony?
I'm doing well. And yourself?
Man, happy New Year's to you. It's been a beautiful New Year for me, so I can't complain.
Hey, right back at you in a merry belated Christmas.
Absolutely. Real quick, I just wanted to tell you, you're damn right. Ain't nobody who 140 pounds gonna do anything to me, regardless of what they want to think. You're damn right we putting hands on y'all liberty motherfuckers. It is what it is.
That's
Hey,
what I'm
hey,
saying, man.
and,
That's all I do.
look, and I'm gonna tell you, if I gotta grab you, I don't give it's a fight. Hey, I ain't in the boxing ring with you. It's a fight. So you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt in that fight. I'm just telling you.
Go for a ride like a roller coaster. Go straight up, straight down to the ground.
You already know what it is. Hey,
And what's
I
go
ain't the
ahead.
biggest gym rat, but the biggest gym rat, but I'm in the gym. I'm in the gym. So hey, 6'5", 2. I'm about 265 right now. So hey, yeah, you do what you want to do. It is what it is.
Yeah, you know I'm over here looking like a prime Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Around 5'11", 235. Ooh, that's
Mm.
a lot of weight in a small package.
Hey, package very well. It sound like that's what it sounds like, and I say that respectfully. I don't say that no other shit.
Yeah, man. But who you got? What's your fight of 2024 for the heavyweights?
It's such a hard damn call, man. I'm gonna say it, the heavyweight division has disappointed me so much lately.
Why is that?
Um, I mean, I'm interested in the Usyk fight, the Usyk and
Fury.
Tyson Fury fight. You know, we'll finally have an undisputed champion. I think that's special. It seemed like Deontay Wilder done fucked this opportunity up, respectfully, but that's what it seemed he done did. I heard Eddie Hearn come out and say that the Excellency Turkey over there in Saudi Arabia, he not even looking to make the fight no more. Which I understand.
Nah.
I understand it. I understand. I can't pay these big motherfuckers all this money, especially when a nigga done got beat by and I say that
Joseph
respectfully,
Parker.
11, 12 rounds. I'll say 11-1. I'm gonna say 11-1, but it probably was 12 rounds of domination. But we'll
No,
say
you know
11
what?
and
I give you 11 rounds because
one.
I think he won the 12th round whenever Wilder finally let his hands go. I think he controlled that 12th round, but that's about it.
But this is the problem. Malik Scott. I'm sorry. At least Mark Breland and hell, I ain't the greatest trainer. Hell, I can't train a boxer to save my life, to be honest with you. But one thing I could tell Deontay Wilder is everything we finna do in this ring, it's ending with the right hand. Everything. I don't give a damn. Double jab, right hand. Jab, left hook, right hand.
Right
Everything is
hand.
gonna end with the motherfucking right hand. I don't know what I don't know what you're training to tell this man to move around the ring. I ain't never seen nothing like it. I ain't never seen nobody go in there and completely denigrate and disrespect the style of the fighter that they have. We all know that styles make fights. And so if we
Yeah.
all know this, how this man go in there and tell Deontay Wilder to move around in the ring?
But the
We ain't
thing
never
about it
seen
is
that.
this. The thing about it is this, Dub. Like, if you listen to the corner work and the few times they showed it, he wasn't even giving Wilder any information. Like, there was no feedback coming from him.
No.
None.
He did. This was his feedback. Uh, uh, I need you to feint him 2 times and then throw the jab. Feint him two
But
times and throw the jab.
that's
What
what
the
I'm
hell?
saying. That's
What,
not
what,
no feedback. Like,
what the
he ain't
fuck are you
saying,
talking
like,
about?
he ain't telling him how to get out of the way of the overhand right, how Parker was timing it. He wasn't feeding him any information of what to do to counter what was coming at him. It was just like, I don't even
And
know. Like I got fooled by the videos. Like Malik Scott, he's trash. I'm sorry. That dude's a trash trainer.
I ain't gonna say he trash. I'm
He
gonna say that
trash.
if you go out there and try to impose your style, and I said the same thing with Roy Jones. When Roy Jones went and did that shit to Eubanks Jr., he got his ass knocked out by Liam Smith, right? Then he
Yep.
went over there and trained with Bomac and went and knocked Liam Smith out. Why? Because he wasn't sitting there trying to, bruh, Roy Jones, nobody can't fight your style, bruh. You had certain abilities and talents, you know what I'm saying, that just couldn't be taught. It couldn't be trained. That's what you had going on. So stop trying to make that man fight the way you fight and go and utilize what he does best. If I'm training Deontay Wilder, I'm telling this man, bruh, you need to be standing in the middle of the ring. You know what I'm saying? And unless he's trying to push you back, which that's what I want him to do, is try to push you back, because it'll give him the opportunity to walk into some shit. Whereas you moving around the ring, how the hell does that help you? It don't help you. The man came box to save his life. Respect. I say it respectfully. I'm a Deontay Wilder fan. I love that man. But at the same time, I'm a fan of the person, not the boxer. If that makes
Well,
sense. And
He's
so
not a boxer. He's a
he's
fight
up,
night button spammer. Like this man windmills. That's his strength. He hurts you
bro,
and he just windmills you to death. Like
man. I seen
you
that.
gotta train him for his strengths, not
But
his weaknesses. He's too old.
the best punches I seen Deontay Wilder throw, he had Joseph Parker in the headlock, hitting the man on the top of the head. I'm like, what the hell is this? I don't even know. I ain't never
He
seen
was
that in
hammer
boxing.
fisting
But
him. He was doing hammer fists like the UFC. You know what it was? He said, "I'm getting ready for Nagano. I'm about to do these hammer
fuck,
fists. Get ready for this MMA fight with Nagano. I'm ready to go."
I'm just saying, I ain't never seen nothing like it.
I
And for
didn't
you to be,
agree, Dub. I didn't agree with his weight. He came in way too light, in my opinion. Like
well,
I don't, I don't know why he was so light.
well, he's naturally light. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never been no hell. He ain't never been no huge heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's 6'7", he always done came with their thin, skinny legs. And the second part that I criticized Malik Scott on, I ain't forget Malik Scott, Deontay Wilder. Put somebody in your corner who gonna tell you, damn all that other shit you're talking about. We need to work on your legs. We need you running. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We need squatting. Everything need to be leg based with you. Damn your upper body because your upper body is where it need to be. Your power come from your legs. And when you go in there with the legs that he had, the man looked shaky every time he got touched by the overhands from Parker. I don't know, man. It just I don't know
Well, the
whoever
thing about
came up
Wilder
with that
is,
game plan was horrible. That was the worst game plan I've seen in a long time.
but the thing about Wilder is, from the waist up, he's probably about the same size as AJ. Like he's got the upper body of a 240, 250 pound man. Whenever he fought Fury, got up to 230, it was all from the waist up again. He didn't put no weight in his legs, and that's the issue. Like, but again, I will say this: yes, he was light his whole career, right? But his whole career really wasn't against the best of opposition. It really wasn't against the upper echelon of the heavyweight division. Maybe you give him Luis Ortiz, but outside of Ortiz, Stavern wasn't shit. You know what I mean? Like, and as you go up, and you got to understand, at 213 pounds, he's 40 pounds lighter than Parker. And yes, you may get away with that against the lesser opposition, but when you're fighting these elite fighters who know how to maneuver their weight and use it to their advantage, being that light, especially that lanky, you're at a huge disadvantage. Like you just are. I don't understand it. I think yes, he's naturally lean, but I don't think he should be. I think he looks his best in his 220s. He had several fights early in his career at 220. In the third fight against Fury, he was in his 220s, and that's when he looked the best, in my opinion. But 213 is not going to cut it against these fucking 250 plus pound men that are elite.
And I think he had been. I honestly believe he done been taught so much into the right hand. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he
And
regressed.
if that's gonna be the case though, if that's what you're gonna believe in, that's fine. That's fine. I ain't got no problem with it. It's the best punch you got. So if that's what we're gonna believe in, we ending everything with the motherfucking right hand. I don't give a damn anything we throw. That bitch is the combination is ending with the right hand. I done watched multiple trainers go out there. They'll train you to end jab, jab, right hand. Sometimes right hand, jab, jab. Those are usually the punches you get out of the situation punches. You know what I'm saying? You land what
Yeah,
you're gonna
but
land, and then you get out. Go
the
ahead.
thing about this fight is though is the right hand was his worst enemy in this fight because Parker was slipping it and hitting him with the overhand right, and he couldn't figure it out. Like he didn't know what to do because all he was doing was throwing the right hand off the straight line, meaning that he wasn't sidestepping, he wasn't looking for an angle. He was just waiting for Parker to be directly in front of him. Then he would try to throw it, and Parker would rinse and repeat. He would just sidestep,
But
slip, throw the overhand, hit him.
but the only way you can do that, is if you're gonna control the center of the ring. Ain't no way you doing that shit off the back foot. You're not doing it off the back foot. That's the first thing.
No, no, not at all.
If you don't control the center of the ring, then all of that shit go out the window. And then for you to allow this man, you didn't even try to push him out the middle of the ring. You let him take the center and just sit there and all right, fuck it. If you gonna sit here and move around like you're moving, And we saw it against Robert Helenius as well. The only problem was is Robert Helenius walked into some shit early in the fight. That's the only
Yeah.
difference. Whereas in this situation, Joseph Parker, the man, he had patience. He was like, all right, if this what you're gonna do, I'm gonna stand my ground right here in the center of the ring. We're gonna give you ring generalship for that because unless you're gonna be moving around the ring, landing pop shots, then you look like you're running. That's what it looks like. And so, and it also doesn't give you the ability to let your hands go the way you need to let them go. And even in the later rounds, and there was no sense of urgency. I mean, it was just a
Because he thought he was winning. He
how,
legitimately
how?
thought he was winning.
The man put his hand
Because
up at the end of
I
the
know
ring, bro.
because of his
What?
corner, because his corner was
What?
trash. He didn't even know how far behind he was. He had no fucking idea. He probably didn't realize it until after he watched the fight back. Because you got to understand, it's different being in the ring than it is watching it. You know what I mean? You might not be doing anything in the ring, but you may still think because the other guy really hasn't hurt you, maybe you're winning. Even though you didn't really do nothing, you may in your mind still think, okay, I'm winning this. You know what I mean? But
I just don't.
his
I mean,
corner had no feedback, none.
the man was getting dominated the entire fight, and he wasn't. It wasn't like he was getting dominated. He wasn't just getting beat up, but at the same time, he wasn't landing punches. He wasn't even fucking throwing punches. I don't know.
He
I
only landed
mean,
like 30 something punches. I think it was
yeah,
like 30 something.
39, I believe, 39.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
whatever it was, it didn't matter because hell, if it wasn't a championship fight, hell, he would have been right there with Devin and or excuse me, he would have been right there with Regis and De Los Santos as far as landing punches. The lowest amount landed in a championship fight. Unfortunately, this wasn't a championship fight. So
Right.
I mean, it was ridiculous. And the man to raise his hand like he did, it hurt me to
I'm
the
telling you
heart.
though,
'Cause
Doug.
I
I'm
root
telling you
for the
though,
brother.
Doug,
I
man.
root for him, but damn, it was embarrassing to see him raise his hand and think that he was actually winning. I'm watching them call the scores out and his hand in the air, and I'm like, bro, you done got blowed out the motherfucking. This shit wasn't even close, and you got your hand in the air, bro. What are you doing?
I'm being honest with you 100%. If that Wilder would have showed up that night against that AJ that would have showed up, he would have went to sleep. AJ would have sparked him. He would have
AJ would have
sparked him.
stopped that man. He would have stopped that man.
Yeah, he would have hurt him bad. He would have been hurt bad. That's why I don't want to see the fight next, to be honest with you. Wilder needs a brand new staff. He needs to
No,
bring in better
go
coaches who
go back to Mark
establish.
Breland, bro. Go back to Mark Breland. Go back to him.
I mean, you don't even have to go to Breland. You can go to Bomac. You can go to Derek James. You could go to Buddy McGirt. Like, there's a lot of trainers out there. You could go to Ben Davison, who fucking AJ just went to. There are trainers out there that can teach him. But one, he's got to be willing to learn. Two, he's got to be willing to learn. Three, he's 38 years old, so he's got to be willing to learn. You know what I mean? Because,
Man,
in my opinion, you got to understand, Wilder won a bronze medal, which tells you at one point in time, he
he
had
could box.
some IQ of boxing. He had some technical
Agree.
skill, but I feel like he fell in love with his power and it always saved him. He always relied on it. And the more knockouts he got, the more he thought, I don't need to do anything but touch you. But the problem is, you can't knock everybody out. No matter how fucking hard you hit, you're not going to knock everybody out. You're just not going to do it.
Tony, me and you, we done talk boxing for a minute now. And we all know once you go in there looking for a knockout, 9 times out of that's the hardest way to get a knockout is looking
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
The way you get knockouts is sticking to your game plan. You know what I'm saying? But you have to have a decent game plan. The game plan was trash.
It
And
was.
because the game plan was so fucking horrible, and I think once again it goes to the Hellenius fight, and I want to bring the second point up after the Hellenius thing. It goes into the success he had in the first round of that fight because Robert Hellenius blindly walked into some shit when I don't know how that happened. That shit seemed like it ain't. Don't even get me started on that. Don't get me started. What I will say though is my second point. The man got out the ring and get what he wanted to tell me. Well, my timing was off. Same thing Errol Spence wanted to say. And mind you, I picked EJ to beat Bud. The problem is that when you're inactive, of course your fucking time will be up. That's the first thing that you lose when you're inactive is timing. That's the first thing you lose. And I'm sick of hearing fighters sit out for 13 months. a year and a half, however long, I criticized Bud for taking the David Avanesian fight. I criticized him. I was wrong. I was wrong for criticizing him. The reason I was wrong is because the man wanted to make sure he was polished and ready for the biggest fight of his career. That's what he
Right.
wanted to be. And the only way you do it, regardless of what we want to, you can bring some of the greatest sparring partners in that you want to believe they are. If you're not in active fight, if you're not active on a regular basis, you know what I'm saying. Once you done hit that 8 month mark, in my opinion, your timing gone. You ain't gonna just
Well,
find your timing in a fight. What you
I'm
have
gonna
to
tell you.
do is
I'm gonna tell you
go
though,
ahead.
Dub, man. I don't think his timing had anything to do with it. He was outclassed. He was outthought, and he had again. I have to come back to the corner. He had no information. See, the thing about it is this, right? It's easier to see what's going on from the outside looking in than it is from the inside looking inside. You know what I mean? And that's where you rely on your corner to tell you he is doing this. You need to do this. When you do this, you need to do this. Look for him to do this because every time you throw this punch, this is what he's doing. So do this to counter that. Bait him into it. Switch. He had no information. And what's up, Jay Rules?
Hey,
He
what's up,
had
man? How you doing?
good. How about you?
What
I'm
up,
doing
Jerry?
all
Lou?
But there was no feedback. There was no feedback, in my opinion. At least from the little bit I heard, there was zero feedback. And again, I don't know where he goes. I just know that if he's going to continue in 2024,
It
he,
can't be.
he has got to change everything.
It can't be with Malik Scott. Uh, I listened to and then I'm gonna let my brother cook, man. I shut up after this. I listened to Chris Mannix, right? I ain't a huge fan of Chris Mannix, but at the same time, the man was absolutely right in what he said. He broke it down and was like, "Bruh, I'm looking at the second coming of Mark Breland. That's the way he was training Deontay Wilder. Going back to you don't train fighters to fight the way you are if you a trainer. No, that's not what
Right.
you do. You train them to be as efficient as they can in the ring and to do what they do well in the ring. That's what you do. The first thing as a coach that I'm gonna do is say, how can we take away the best thing that this individual do? That's the first thing I'm gonna say when I look at a fight, right? And so if I know this, and I'm not a boxing coach, I only watch boxing. I'm a fan. If I know this, ain't no way he don't know it. And for you to allow Joseph Parker to just take the center of the ring and man, ain't no fucking way, man. It don't even make sense. Go ahead. I apologize for being long winded, family.
What's up,
No,
guys?
you
How you
good.
doing? What's up, Tony?
What's up,
right.
What
Jay?
up, Unc? What up, Unc?
Hey, what's
Hey,
up?
what's up, Dub? How you doing, brother? Ruse, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right, man. I'm trying to get back into the boxing game. I'm looking forward to this weekend.
There it is.
I've been staying away because trying to get better and enjoy my new year. And yeah,
Did
How
you
you
guys?
feeling? How you
I'm
feeling? How you
back.
feeling, Unc?
Listen, let's just say I'm back. I'm black, and I'm better than ever.
Hey, as long as you're back, man, as long as you're back, then that tells me you feel decent. And as long as you're feeling decent,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
happy
I'm
for
feeling
you.
good. I'm feeling good. Ribs no longer hurt. A little sore, but the ribs are feeling good.
That's
Um,
great.
I actually took my dog, who's this fucking insanely strong pit bull, for a walk by myself and basically tell him, fuck you, I'm in charge. And yeah, I feel good.
Hey, real quick to my brother Carl from Australia, the boxing kangaroo, the boxing kangaroo. Okay, maybe timing isn't the first thing that leaves you, but you can work on stamina much easier than you can work on timing, and in
Yeah.
my opinion. And so it may not be the first thing that leaves you, but
No,
it's the most
timing is, wait,
important
wait, wait,
thing.
wait, 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 wait. Right side, duh. Timing and stamina go hand in hand. Like, seriously.
No, no, timing
No,
and stamina
no,
do
no,
not
no.
go hand. No, they do not go
Timing
hand
and
in hand.
stamina go hand in hand because
No,
if
they
you
don't.
have no time, what good? You won't have any hand speed without stamina. You need the stamina. You need to work on your wind. You need to be
But
able
but
not
but
only
but you can work on stamina being inactive. You can stay in shape and have decent stamina regardless if you're active or not. Timing is so much different from stamina Timing comes with you being in the ring full speed and with those 10-ounce gloves on for the heavyweight division, 8-ounce for the lower weight classes. That's timing goes with you being active. Timing and speed or timing and stamina, bruh. I can have some of the greatest stamina. I can go run. I can make sure my stamina is where it need to be in a fight. Whereas regardless of what my stamina is, if my timing ain't there, I can have the best fucking stamina. I can make it through all 12 rounds. But if I'm getting beat the fuck up because I can't time you, then it don't matter what my stamina is.
And you don't necessarily need speed to have great timing.
No, but in my opinion,
I think both go hand in hand. The best boxers have both timing and stamina, and they work hand in hand. That's where you got the best boxers at. In my honest
I mean, I'm gonna say my personal opinion from boxing. I'm gonna say when you don't fight for a while, the first thing you lose, in my opinion, the main thing you lose that's gonna dictate everything is your reaction time. You're much slower to react. You'll, in your mind, know that you need to let a shot go, but you hesitate to let it go. I think reaction time is the most important thing that you lose. And I think that's the first thing, because if you can't react, you have no timing. If you can't react, it don't matter how good of a stamina you have, you're just going to be a punching bag that just gets beat on. So it's that ability to get out the way and to react to whenever somebody makes a mistake that sets you apart from everybody. And that's what you got to keep going. And truth be told, like, sparring is great, but sparring is not fighting. I don't give a fuck. People who go to a boxing gym and all they do is spar, it ain't a real fight. It's not a real fight. There's so many people who spar and think they can fight, but you have no idea what it's like whenever you actually get in there with no headgear, smaller gloves, and the other motherfucker's intentions is to put you to sleep. It's completely different.
Completely different. And that's my thing. At the end of the day, regardless of what that man's stamina, the man made it 12 rounds, so his stamina wasn't trash. At the same time, according to him, his timing was off. Of course your timing is off. Why? Because you ain't fought in a year. When Errol Spence got his ass whooped by Bud, what's the first thing he said? Well, my timing was off. Yeah, your timing off. You ain't fought in 15 months. Yeah, your timing is off. It's gonna be off. And so we got to be honest about these things. And this is why I say, man, the fighters that's gonna have the most success in the sport of boxing are the ones who stay active and are continuously fighting the best competition. If you're doing those two things, staying active and fighting good competition, then that's how you continue to progress and become a better fighter.
Doug, answer me this. Outside of Tank Davis, what PBC fighter is ever active?
Tank Davis ain't even active like that. This nigga ain't fought in damn near a year.
Yeah, but he got in trouble. He got in legal trouble though, so it's a little different with him with the house arrest and breaking that. But I'm saying normally he's pretty much fighting at least twice a year.
Are we talking about any weight class, or are we just talking about like 140?
We talking about PBC fighters. We talking about PBC fighters. So that's any weight class. And this is the thing. Let me just say this, then I'm gonna let you cook.
No, that's fine.
The thing is I agree with you. Outside of David Benavidez, Tank Davis, most of these guys are only fighting one time a year. You know what I'm saying? Whereas when I look at one of the reasons I love Top Rank, if I'm a prospect, you know what I'm saying? I want to fight for Top Rank. And the reason being is because I know I'm going to get 3 to 4 fights a year as a prospect. I may not be getting paid much, but I'm getting multiple fights a year to stay active, to keep my shit together. Whereas I look at somebody like what's my brother? What's the brother name who fighted? He was fighting at 54. Man, he just lost. Jesus Ramos. Jesus Ramos, in my opinion, I think he the goods. The problem is the man only fight 1 to 2 times a year, and at his age right now, he should be fighting the same way Xander Zayas, the same way a lot of the Top Rank fighters, a lot of the matchroom fighters are fighting 3-4 times a year. Jesus Ramos should be fighting on that same diet, but the difference is that the PBC, maybe it'll be different with Amazon. I hope it's different. But if it ain't different, man, I don't give a damn what you're telling me. Anytime you send a good fighter over to the other side of the street, quote unquote, they gonna get their ass fucked up. And the reason being is because you keeping your fighters active and they not keeping their fighters active.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
let's bring it back.
as far as the question goes, Tyrone Davis, what's his name?
Did you say Kyron Davis?
I said Tyrone Davis. Man,
Kyron Davis, he the biggest. Never mind. Don't give me.
don't start. Don't start. Yeah, hey,
all right, hold on. Let's bring it back to heavyweights because that's what this is about. Jay,
Okay.
you haven't talked a lot since you've been here. What's your fight in 2024?
My fight, it would probably be Dubois versus Big Baby Miller, who just got arrested for carjacking and burglary.
No, not last year. This coming up year. What fight do you want to see?
Oh, okay, my bad. Well, this year I'm hoping to see Fury Usyk. I mean, it's real quiet, but I'm hoping it still takes place.
I think that fight is made though. I think that fight is made.
Yeah.
Yo, that fight's happening. Usyk's not gonna pull out for the third time. People can say what they want about Fury, but it was Usyk that pulled out every time, not Fury.
Fury will beat he will beat Usyk, but it won't be off of skills. It'll be off of size. It'll be simply off of size. I think the size that Fury brings to the ring is gonna be way too much for. Man, we gotta understand. This nigga is 6'9", 260, 270 when he get in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And he gonna lay on you.
Hey, Tony, I just told you if somebody that's 5'4", or excuse me, 6'4", 6'3", you know what I'm saying? 225, 230, 240. Oh yeah. I'm still I can still handle myself the right way.
I don't know.
It is what it is.
If he fights the way he fought Ngannou, I think that he's gonna get paused all over him like white on rice.
Usyk don't carry none of the power that
he can't do what Ngannou did.
Facts. He don't carry the power in. He don't carry the power or the size that Ngannou got. So I mean, he gonna get fucked up against Tyson Fury.
The thing about Tyson Fury is his biggest weapon is he's a fucking walrus. He likes to lay on you. That's what he does. That's how he beats a lot of fighters. He lays on top of them. He did it to Wilder. He did it to White. He does it to most of the fighters that he fights. He lays on you, puts that big ass 270 plus pounds on you, tires out your legs, and then he knocks you out. The thing with Ngannou is
hold on, real quick. And he can box. And he can box.
No. I know he can box, but I'm saying like Ngannou, he couldn't do that shit with. Whenever he tried to lay on Ngannou just stood him up and beat him up in the clinch. Like that motherfucker was 274 pounds of pure muscle. I'm sorry, the fat man. You're not gonna do nothing with somebody the same size of pure muscle and strength. You're not gonna be able to control them in the clinch. He learned that firsthand.
Well, as far as the fights that I want to see, though, I'm looking forward, and I think we might get it this year. Is maybe Bivol and Peterbi.
I don't know,
man. We talking about heavyweights, man. We talking about heavyweights.
But we just talked about the heavyweights.
No, wait a minute. This is my brother Tony's show. Tony, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's about heavyweights. It's about heavyweights. And I don't even think we're getting that fight. I think more than likely Callum Smith is going to pull out the upset due to Beterbiev's age. I think he's going to get old and he's going to get stopped.
You got Callum Smith over Beterbiev?
I think it's a strong possibility that
I'm taking all bets. I'm
telling you, I've got a weird feeling in my gut. I got a weird feeling in my gut.
I gotta tell you, Tony's not wrong. He could put Callum Smith can pull up the upset because that jab, and he's been doing good. His style looks good, and he's not afraid of Beterbiev.
Callum Smith can fight. I ain't disagreeing with that. What I'm telling you is that he ain't a better boxer or a bigger puncher than Beterbiev.
No,
he's not either one.
He's also not 39 years old either.
He's also got a stiff fucking jab that he's actually using again.
I'm taking all bets. Y'all let me. Hey, y'all. Hey, send me your cash app. I'll send you the money. You know what I'm
How many
saying?
times have I surprised you, Dub? How many times have I surprised you?
And you can surprise me, man. You pick some of the fights you didn't pick. You didn't been totally wrong. You picked
Oh yeah,
Regis.
man, I'm wrong a lot.
So
Don't get me wrong. I'm wrong.
hey,
Oh,
you right.
wait. He picked Regis? Oh, no. Oh,
I
no.
did pick Regis.
Not after the Zarilla showing. Not
Wait, hold
after
on a
the
second.
Zarilla
Hey,
showing.
you want to?
Let me explain why I picked Regis. I'll tell you why.
Hold on. You ain't got to explain it. We already know. Regardless of what you explain, we knew you was wrong from the beginning, like I told you.
That's
And
fine.
so,
I don't mind being
Yeah, hold
wrong.
on. Let's get back to the heavyweights.
Okay.
What's going on, Kangaroo? What's going on, Aussie man from down under?
Hey, it's going. Hey, look, you want to talk about age, mate? Let's talk about the
Oh
heavyweight division.
shit, your mic is so fucked up. It sounds like you're a million miles away.
Yeah, put the
yeah, we
mic
can't
on.
hear you. We can't hear you.
Is that any better?
A little.
Carl,
Yeah,
Not
but
much
still
though. Not
far
much.
away.
we can hear you, but it sounds like you're at the end of a tunnel.
Let me go on mute.
All right, go ahead, Carl. It's all yours.
No, I was just going to say that the heavyweight division, man, is aging. Have a look at the top 5, top 6 guys, man. They're all in their late 30s, man. I think the next 2 years is where we're going to see. I think Jai Opetaia is going to move up to the heavyweight division, man, and breathe some life into this motherfucker.
Nah,
Man,
Opetaia ain't built like that.
you supposed to
Opetaia ain't
think
built
that,
like that.
man.
Nah.
I like Ja. I like him. I like him a lot. But when he move up into the heavyweight division, he ain't gonna have his power is not gonna be the same up there that it is.
I'm not sold. I'm not sold on Opetaia. Like he
I
ducked the rematch. He ducked the rematch with Breeders. He
No,
ducked
he
that
didn't.
shit.
I wouldn't
Yes,
mind.
he did.
No,
don't know if he ducked it.
Opetaia should have
I don't know
been
if
in
he
the
ducked
it.
rematch with Breeders. He did. He did.
offered
They
it to him
stripped
twice.
that. Oh, go ahead.
He offered the fucking rematch to him twice, mate, after the fight.
What happened to his belt, Carl? What happened to his belt?
He got stripped because he took the money. He took money.
Nah, there ain't no
What
money.
about
There ain't no
Jamal
money. I'm
Charlo?
telling you, he don't
So
want
the
that
Saudis-
rematch.
The Saudis didn't pay him $4 million. The Saudis
Like,
never paid him $4 million.
I don't think he
DAZN ever
wants
paid
it.
him.
I don't think he wants it.
Him.
I don't think he wants it. I don't think he wants it, Carl. I don't think he wants it. I don't think he
he'll
wants
knock him out.
round 2.
Bullshit.
And he struggled against Breeders. If he's struggling against Breeders, how the fuck he gonna be?
Jaw. He had a broken jaw.
He's
Of course he's
okay,
gonna struggle.
right? But how's he gonna fare against heavyweights? We talking about 250-pound men hitting him, not Breeders.
He'll be fine. He'll be
He
fine.
ain't that big. He's kind of slim built too.
He'll be fine. He'll breathe some life into it. You watch. You mark my words.
I don't think he could go up. I don't think he
Well,
could
you're
go
not
up.
sold on him. You're not sold on him. But take it from a bloke that follows the dude. I think he's going to go. I don't think anyone wants to smoke with him. Richard Reactor ducked him. Willem Smith doesn't want to fight him. Bradis is the only one. What's the rematch for? He kicked Bradis' ass, man, with a broken jaw. Both sides, broken, both sides. He could not bite down on his mouthpiece.
You know what, Mike?
Man, he didn't kick his ass. That was a close fight. That was a war. That was a battle. And Breeders was up in age too. Like, I don't know, man. You put Opetaia in there with like a Torres, who's a smaller heavyweight, or a Jared Anderson. I don't see him surviving. I just see him getting beat.
Do you think
He will box the ears off Jared Anderson. He will box the ears off Big Baby. He will box the ears off
I
him.
don't know, man. I don't know,
Man,
man. I think he's gonna be too small.
Carl, listen, Carl. You told me that Kambosos was gonna beat Devin. So, and once again, I don't know if how much I can trust your boxing opinion outside of your bias. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest.
I got a question.
You can say what you fucking want, but I'm just telling you that the dude can fucking crack. He's
Do you
way
guys
better
think
than Kimbo.
McCauley and Anderson will meet up? You think McCauley and Anderson
Well,
will meet
way
up?
more.
I don't even know why I rate McCauley. He's a top 10 alleged heavyweight, but I don't even know where I rank him. I don't even see how he's a top 10 heavyweight.
Well, Anderson isn't a top 10 heavyweight either, so we could see those two fight. I think that'd be an
TD, he did. I mean, it would. It'd be an interesting fight, but I don't know why I rank McCauley. I think McCauley should fight Frazier Clark. I think that's the fight to make
That
with
wouldn't be
McCauley.
bad. That wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad at all. But the one person that I want to see get his shot is Frank Sanchez, before he gets too old. We all know he's Cuban, so he's like in his 60s.
Yeah, he up there.
I
It's just
want
like
to see Frank Sanchez get up there and get his shot, man.
it's just like Andy Cruz. You know, Andy Cruz about 33 years old. Like they rushing him. They rushing him fast. That man showed up with a birth certificate on construction paper. Like
Oh, do you think? What about a Jogba? You think Anderson and the Jogba could fight?
I mean, that'd be a good fight. I mean, I would favor Anderson.
Yeah, Jog was too robotic. He's like basic 1-2, and that's it.
I don't know how you would favor Opalaya or Opata, excuse me. I don't know how you would favor him over any of the current young heavyweights. Maybe possibly some of the older heavyweights, possibly. But the last thing that you lose in the sport of boxing is power, especially in the heavyweight division. And although, yeah, they are some older fighters, man, this man would get sparked by the majority of individuals in the heavyweight
Stop
division. He
your
would be
nonsense.
sparked by them.
Stop your nonsense. The dude
Well,
can move.
Opatai is little. He little. He's a little dude. Like he's not
And
big.
Usyk isn't. And Usyk isn't. And Usyk didn't box
Well,
the years I played.
Usyk is about 223, 224 pounds. I'm telling you,
Well, who do you think
Opatai.
who do you think Fury's using as a sparring partner for this fight?
What I'm trying to tell you is, I think Opataya might be 210 at the biggest. At the biggest, he might weigh 210. He's a small dude. He don't carry a lot of mass. Like he got height, and that's what he's got his weight from. But he ain't a big dude.
Not at all.
Is he even in the top 20?
Opataya?
Bro, where is Opataya? He's not even a heavyweight yet. What are we talking about?
No, he's not. But Carl
He's a
thinks he's going to
cruiserweight.
move up and take over. I
You
think
can move
Richard
on. You
Torres
want
will
to.
knock
I
him
don't think
out.
he's going to take
Because
over.
Man, Richard Torres will beat the brake shoes off this man. Richard
Oh, stop
Yeah.
it.
Daniel Dubois beat the brake shoes off this man.
I got to apologize.
I can name you 10 heavyweights. Or I can name 10 heavyweights right now that will beat the brakes off of that man. Do I
What's
need to
going
do
on,
that?
Particle?
Really.
All right, so back to the heavyweights. All right, we all want to see the undisputed. You know, I got Tyson Fury laying on Usyk so Usyk's legs can't move, and then he's gonna probably stop him. What is the next fight up that y'all want to see? What's the next biggest fight?
I want to see. I want to see. Oh man, Joshua versus Hergovich, man. I think that's a good fight. I want to see Hergovich. I want to see that fight.
I think
I want to.
Steals Hergovich.
I want to see Joseph Parker AJ rematch.
For what?
Yeah, I don't want to see Parker Josh. The first fight was boring.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna drop a video tomorrow. My fight I want to see. I'm speaking into existence. I thought about it tonight. I want to see Francis Ngannou versus Zilli Zhang. That's the fight I want to see.
Francis Ngannou is not a boxer. He's not a boxer. So let's stop reaching.
That man is a boxer. That man is a boxer.
That man is an MMA fighter. That man is an MMA fighter.
That man is a boxer, dog.
That man is an MMA fighter, bro.
That man with zero boxing matches just took on the best boxer in boxing. The number one guy, the numero uno, in his first boxing match and arguably beat him. That man is a boxer.
Yeah.
Stop the cap, man. Stop the cap. Y'all capping now.
Let me tell you something. If I go to Ruckus Park right now and LeBron James is there and I beat him one-on-one in basketball, guess what? I just became a basketball player overnight.
Bro, no, that's like that. No, that ain't equal. That's like you saying that you done played pickleball and now all of a sudden you could have become a pro tennis player. That's what it's like saying.
No, it's not because
that's exactly what it's like saying.
No, Dove, it's not because he didn't play pickleball. He played tennis against the tennis player and was arguably beat him in tennis. Like they went apples to apples in the same sport. If I can beat the number one dude in my first match ever, what the fuck am I going to do with experience?
Yep. And everybody can't beat Fury because Fury's such a great boxer, and he went in there and connected more than Fury did, look like to me.
All I know is for the first time I've ever seen in Fury's career, he had the fear of God on his face. He looked fucking frightened that whole fight. He got hit by that hook, hit that canvas, and he was like, oh my fuck. I thought Deontay Wilder could hit hard. What the fuck did I just get hit by?
Tony, who won that fight?
Fury won that fight.
Okay. I done heard people tell me Ngannou didn't won that fight. I disagree when they say.
But
Ngannou
listen to
won
me
that
though.
fight.
Listen to me. I
No,
had
no,
it
I
six.
understand exactly what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I understand. What
I
you're saying.
had it 6 rounds for Fury, 4 rounds for Ngannou. But with the knockdown, it was only 1 point that separated them. What I'm saying is, for his first fight ever to fight the very best, the number one guy on top, because I think Fury's better than Usyk. Fury's had all the titles. Fury's beat the bigger names. He's beat the better competition than Usyk. He's the number one boxer, in my opinion. And for him to go in there and only lose by a point against the best, bruh, that dude can fight. He can box.
I don't disagree with it. I don't disagree. I'm just saying that I think Fury took him light. I think Fury thought it was going to be an easy day. Man, and this is the thing. It's one thing to throw your hands. It's another thing to be able to utilize your entire body in a fight. And hence the reason me and you was talking about, if an individual is smaller than me, they can box as much as they want to. I'm gonna utilize my size, so I can do that in the MMA ring. I can do it to some degree, boxing wise, but I just, man, if Francis Ngannou fought Usyk put hands on that man. If even and shout out in this situation, shout out to Carl, because if Ja Opataya, if he go in there and fight Ngannou, I'm picking Ja Opataya to win the fight.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Man, you don't, bro.
Get the fuck out of here. The New York
You do
Minute.
not learn to box overnight, bro. You know you don't learn to box overnight, bro.
Listen though, Dub, this the thing about it. He didn't learn how to box overnight. This man started amateur boxing. That's what he started in. He had professional kickboxing matches before he even went to the UFC, before he even did MMA. So he has a history of boxing. Like, it's not like this was day one crash course. This is how you box. That's what he started as. Yeah, it had been a while since he did it. Yeah, it wasn't at the elite level, but when he stepped up to the elite level, he excelled. He excelled.
He did.
Who got a better boxing game, Ngannou or Israel Adesanya? Who got a better boxing game?
Let me ask you this.
Hold on, answer the question.
No.
Answer the question first. Answer the question first, and then I'll answer your question.
It doesn't
It
matter.
do matter.
Actually, I think
Just answer the
Ngannou's got a better.
question.
I think Ngannou's got a better boxing record. I'm
Man,
gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. No.
Your boxing game is way better than Francis Ngannou's boxing
So
game.
what happened? What happened with Izzy whenever Strickland went in there with the Philly shell? He didn't know what the fuck to do. He got pieced up.
He did.
Once again, it's still different.
All it took
It's
was
still
the white
different.
boy shell, and Izzy fell apart. Izzy didn't know what to do against the bootleg Floyd. Like, he put that shoulder forward. Izzy looked lost.
And most of Ngannou's knockouts are from stand up anyway. I mean, I know that's not boxing, but he's used to knocking dudes out already. So, I mean, who's going to take his power?
This is what I want to ask y'all. Who has better technical boxing abilities? Ngannou, based off of what we've seen, or Deontay Wilder?
Oh, Ngannou.
Ngannou by far.
Okay, then. So
Whoa. Going. And this is the thing I always got to go back and say. I do think it goes into trainers, and I also think that because Deontay Wilder been boxing as long as he's been boxing and has learned to rely on that right hand, that's what he relies on. And so, shit. Even with Malik Scott being in there, Malik Scott was a hell of a boxer, right? He was a boxer. Whereas when you're trying to teach it, Malik Scott, he could box. No, Malik Scott could box. That's a fact. That man can box.
I know he threw that fight with Wilder, though.
I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm not disagreeing.
He got hit by that Shayukin. The wind took him out.
we didn't. We didn't seen a lot of fighters throw. Well, don't get me started on
Sonic
throwing fighters.
boom.
I don't even want to go there. I don't want to go there. But all I'm saying at the end of the day is that, man,
Look,
Francis
man.
Ngannou, he decent, but if he
What
run
I'm
into, I think if he
who
run into somebody who more dedicated, Tyson Fury, regardless of what you want to tell me, the man ain't truly dedicated to boxing. He ain't dedicated like that.
I
If he
don't
run
disagree.
into if he run into somebody who's more dedicated to the sport, we all know, man, boxing. There are certain
Look, look,
intricacies that go into boxing that man just don't have, bro. He just don't have them.
Well,
dog, look,
that's why
man.
that's why I picked Usyk to actually beat Fury, because I think he's too energetic for one. He's
Nah.
constantly moving around and bouncing around. That's gonna wear Fury out. He
Out of
just
But I
that
think
size,
Tyson Fury take Usyk more serious than he would ever take Ngannou.
oh yeah,
And
definitely,
and,
yeah.
I think it goes into the seriousness that Tyson Fury trains, and I just don't think he. Man, I think he felt like he was gonna go in there and it's a boxing match. I'm gonna fuck him up in a boxing match, and he got more than he was expecting.
Yeah.
look. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. Here's what I'm gonna tell you right now. Tyson Fury had that same laziness his entire fucking career, and he beat Klitschko. He ended his damn near 10-year reign with that same laziness. He got in there with Deontay Wilder, ended his fucking 10-fight streak reign with that same laziness. He got in there with Dillian White, ended that same Dillian White, who had been mandatory for
Don't give me
800,000
Dillian.
days.
Don't give me Dillian White. Do
Dillian
not give
White
me
was the
Dillian White.
mandatory. He was the
Man,
mandatory for
but
Wilder
he
for
went. Man,
8 million
Dillian
days. 8 million
Dillian White
days.
that man done been knocked out 4 or 5 times
Look,
before he
that's
fought. What are you
okay.
talking
That's
about?
okay. He was the mandatory for Deontay Wilder for 230,000 million trillion gazillion days. Like, this man was the mandatory since like Adam and Eve was walking the garden for Deontay Wilder, okay? He went all the way back to the BCs when he was the mandatory. And Fury, eating fucking potato chips, got off the couch, knocked that ass out with an uppercut, and went home. Here's the thing. Some people are just special. They don't have to train the same. They don't have to dedicate themselves the same. And they beat him with minimum effort. And that's what he's done his whole career. The only difference was Francis came in there and surprised the shit out of him. Not only did Francis fight traditional, which he is, he changed to the southpaw and looked like a young Terrence Crawford, like he just was born a southpaw. The dude is skilled, and you need to admit it. You need to realize it. He can fight.
I ain't saying he can't fight. I ain't saying he can't fight. What I'm saying is this: if he run it, and man, regardless of what you do in the MMA game, boxing is a totally different sport. And although shout out to who somebody they were just saying that he did, and it's true, he did train under Tyson. He also trained at the Mayweather gym. You know what I'm saying? Jeff was there. I can't remember the other brother name. I can't call his name right now. But yeah, he did train there. At the same time, that Pico, he ain't used none of that. The things that he used
Did you hear what Mike Tyson said? While Francis Ngannou was training, while he was sparring with a dude, he jabbed him and broke the motherfucker's leg. That's power right there. How you jab a motherfucker and break his leg? Like, yo, Ngannou, I'm telling you, like, I don't even care he came from MMA. The dude can box. He's got tremendous amount of power. He's 274 pounds of pure fucking muscle. Like, the dude's a problem. He's a problem.
If the man did it 24/7, if he practiced this and really was trying to master his craft, then I think you would have a point. My problem is I know these dudes, and once again, me and you both agree, Tyson Fury ain't the most disciplined fighter. Run up against a Usyk. You run up against somebody who training on a regular basis, a disciplined fighter. Usyk could put hands on that man. The footwork alone from Usyk would fucking gonna whole game up, bro. It'll fuck his whole game up.
Yeah, but so what happens? What happens if Ngannou lands on his ass? Is he gonna drop him like Daniel Dubois did? Is he gonna put Usyk on his ass if he connects? I don't know.
He don't have the skill set of Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois might fuck him up.
I don't know, man. I think he's a lot better than you give him credit for. I
And
think I think the
that could be
boxing
true.
purist in you doesn't want to accept it. I think the boxing purist in you doesn't want to see a guy from the UFC come over and take over. But I'm telling you, the
No,
dude
no.
is
Let me
he's good. He's
let
good.
me stop you right there. That's a fact. The boxing purist in me, I don't believe that somebody who truly invested in the sport of boxing is gonna beat by somebody who has been training in MMA. I don't believe it's gonna happen. If what's the brother name? Sean down there at the lightweight division talking about he wanted to fight Devin and Shakur and Tank. What's the brother name? With the funny color hair. He had different color hair and braids and shit.
You talking about
What
Colbert?
No, no, no. I'm talking about
Who
the
got?
MMA fighter. The Sean, I think it's
Oh yeah, yeah,
Sean.
yeah. I don't know his name. The white dude.
Yeah, yeah. Man,
Yeah,
if he get in the ring with somebody like Devin, Shakur, Tank,
he'll get fucked
they're
up.
gonna
He'll get fucked up. I
and
agree
that's
with
what I'm
you.
saying. That's what I'm
No, but
saying.
it's different, Dub. It's different though. It's
Different.
different because he's little. He's a little guy. Devin, even though he came in at 165, he's still a little dude. He's a little guy. The thing about Francis is he's 270 pounds. He only has to time you. He is a true heavyweight with true punching power. If he times you and hits you, it don't matter how skilled you are, you're gonna
Yep.
fucking drop. Whereas the dude from UFC in the lower weight class, he doesn't have that luxury. He could
Right.
time and hit Devin cleanly. He's not gonna drop him or have the opportunity or the chance to knock him out because he don't hit like that. Francis does. So when you talking about the big boys, it becomes a whole different atmosphere.
Joe
Agreed.
Joyce sparred with Joe Joyce sparred with Ngannou and said his power is crazy, and we know Joyce could take a punch other than from Zhang. So
That's
Joyce,
probably why he got knocked out by Zayn because fucking Nuganu broke that chin.
But see, this the problem right here, and this is where I think I gotta agree with you. This is where I have to agree. At the heavyweight division is different. It's totally different at the heavyweight division than any other division in the sport of boxing. And so if you do have somewhat of any type of boxing ability and you can find a way, it ain't even about you having boxing ability because we look at Deontay Wilder, we understand that man, he ain't no great boxer. But what he was special at, hence the reason I'm saying he need to change trainers is because he had a delivery system. He could deliver the right hand, and there were times where the man was getting beat all the rounds, but was able to deliver that right hand and end the fight. Whereas at those lower weight classes, regardless of the power you carrying, it ain't just one punch knockout power. So you may be able to land a punch, but for every punch you land, a true boxer, somebody who truly got skills in the sport of boxing, they finna put hands on you, bruh. They finna put hands on you. And so I do understand where you're coming from when you speak on Ngannou. And then the same way you say, and shout out to the great brother in the chat who said it was Sugar Shane O'Malley. You know, or Sugar on is it Shane O'Malley? I think it's Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Sean, yeah.
Whatever. Sugar Sean O'Malley. So agreed. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I just don't think, man. Only reason, man, you caught Tyson Fury. You fought an individual who, respectfully to him, and the man ain't never lost, right? He ain't never lost. I think he got one draw, I believe, or no decision, some shit. But outside of that, you know, he's been undefeated, and the reason being is because he can box and he bigger than every fucking body. So he ain't always had to train the same way. I think he trained for them Wilder fights. But outside of that, I don't think he really just was forced to train because as how big he is, the reach he has, the size he has. Whereas when you at those smaller weight classes, a lot of that shit get kind of nullified because you may have a little better reach, but if you got a little better reach, that means you can't put as much weight on as somebody with a shorter reach. It all balances out at the smaller weight divisions when there's a weight limit versus what the heavyweights have. So I do agree with you about Francis Ngannou because he's not under a weight restriction. He can come in there, he can be comfortable, and he can develop his skill set. And what you telling me that he was did you say he was an amateur boxer or amateur kickboxer?
Amateur boxer, professional kickboxer.
Okay. So with them having an amateur boxing is very important in the sport of boxing. We look at amateur boxers all the time, if you can translate that to the pro level, a lot of times you're gonna be the goods. So I understand where you're coming from. I do understand where you're coming from.
He's
You know,
274 pounds of pure fucking muscle. Like, and he holds the Guinness World Record for the hardest punch.
you know who Fury reminds me of? Like his training ethic, kind of like James Toney. They said James Toney would just spar and leave. They said he didn't want to do nothing but spar and go home. That's kind of I think Fury's kind of like that. I don't think he quite puts in the work as much as
And,
some other fighters.
but hence the reason James Toney, which I think James Toney, I love watching James Toney, one of the greatest defensive boxers that I've
Oh
ever
yeah,
seen.
definitely.
But
Definitely.
at the same time, what ended up happening? The man ended up getting fat. That's what ended up happening to him.
Right.
I mean, it is what it is. So I mean, so you can do that at the heavyweight division to some degree. Hence the reason Fury is still able to rock the way he able to rock. At the same time, in these other weight classes, this is why I gotta agree with my brother Tony about Ngannou, because he can get up there and be comfortable at the weight as well as develop his skills versus having to try to cut weight. And Sean O'Malley, the man gonna have to try to cut weight and continue to be or to continue to develop skill. And I done heard multiple times, you look at Errol Spence, a lot of time what they said, the man was in fat camp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't even about honing skills. It was about getting the fucking weight off. And so there's levels to boxing, and I think there's levels to MMA fighting. I think there's if Floyd go in there and fight Conor McGregor in the MMA ring, Conor McGregor will fuck Floyd up.
Yeah,
But in the
more than
boxing,
likely.
but in the boxing ring, and this is why you see it go
But
from
dog, let me give you an example, right? Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. So what I mean by it's different with heavyweights, right? If you take some fucking random ass dude who can fight, he can handle himself, right? That's 140 pounds. He's going to get fucked up every day of the week by a Shakur Stevenson, a Devin Haney, even a Regis Prograis, Jose Ramirez, a Josh Taylor. I go on forever. Hold on, let me finish. Hold on, no. I'm gonna land my plane. No. I got you. No. Let me finish. I'm about to make a point. I got you, Navarrete. But what I'm saying is, an average Joe who can handle himself, he has no chance of winning. If you take a motherfucker like you, me, Jay, all right, that has a lot of fucking weight behind our ass, there is a possibility that we could hit Anthony Joshua and drop them, because we have enough power and weight behind us that it's not 100% that we just get dog walked. It's just not. And that's the difference. That's why heavyweight, everything changes, because especially if you know how to throw a punch, it could be over. One right shot. It doesn't matter how fucking skilled you are. If you get hit and you out, them skills don't do you shit.
Agreed. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, because
what's up, Prodigal?
I've seen
what's going on, Chad? What's going on, Tony?
I've seen bouncers that weigh like 400 pounds, and I'm like, I know good and well he can't fight, but he's probably got one punch that'll knock somebody out.
This is why they used to recruit like football players for a heavyweight from like a long time ago. Like that was like the typical American standard to try to get a football player to become like a heavyweight boxer.
Wow.
And we done seen it multiple times, but and I do agree with that, Tony. I agree 100%, because it is some it's a lot of technical skills that go into boxing. But if you're able to land your shit the way you need to land it, and you got weight behind it, your shit it's a little different than somebody me at 265 right now. What I hit a nigga with is gonna be, even though Deontay Wilder got one of the greatest punches, one of the greatest right hands in boxing, we would all agree on that. At the same time, if I can go in there and lean on his ass, wear him out, shit, I got a chance in that motherfucking fight. And then I still got punching power with the size that I carry. It's a different fight. So I do agree that the heavyweight division is totally different than any other division in the sport of boxing. I agree 100% with you.
What do you guys think of Big Baby Miller, his future?
He's done.
Didn't he just get arrested allegedly?
Yeah.
I've been seeing that since I went live. Still in the car.
Yeah. He
For
got
what? What he got arrested for?
burglary too.
For burglary?
He got burglary and carjacking. It said he was late on his car payments.
Hey, they need to put. Hey, never mind. Y'all don't even. I don't even want to give an opinion. I ain't even finna get an opinion on that. I'm not giving one.
They
He
said
had
they
like a major fall from grace because if you remember when he was coming up, they try to make him seem like kind of like a big brother type. I don't know if you remember, he used to kind of like do promos with like a little girl who had cancer. And then once he got caught up with the doping scandal, that just all went away.
Oh, wow.
Well, not just that, he lost his wife, lost his kid, lost his house, lost his cars. Like he lost everything. Like, and that's why you got to be careful who you pick. You pick the wrong female, the minute you're not on top, everything gone. She taking everything.
But that's crazy because and the thing is, I mean, I don't know if this has anything to do with anything, but he just converted to Islam, right? The same as Tank. I don't know.
No. Whoa, wait a minute. Don't disrespect that Abdul Wahid.
No. Abdul Wahid. Yeah, that's his new name, right? Yeah.
I'm just saying we got to put respect on the young brother name, man. We got to put respect on his name.
Is he officially Abdul Wahid? Did he legally change it to that, or is it still like he's still Gervonta Davis, but he's also known as Abdul Wahid?
We gonna call him. Hey, I'm gonna take the Prince route on this in this situation. I'm gonna call him the artist formerly known, or excuse me, the boxer formerly known as Tank Davis. Now his mama call him Tank, so I'm gonna call him Tank. But we're gonna go with Abdul Wahid. That's what we're gonna go with. We're gonna go with Abdul Tank Davis. Excuse me, Abdul Tank Wahid. Abdul Tank Wahid.
I'm sorry, he's always going to be Cassius Clay to me. I'm sorry.
Your mom,
What's my name?
Your mama called him
What's
Cassius.
my name? Say my name.
Hey, your mama call you Cassius. I'm gonna call you Cassius. I'm just telling you.
What was the point you were making though? You're gonna say about Big Baby converting to Islam?
No. I mean, like, I don't know if it was like if him like doing that like is like kind of like a political ploy, like kind of changing his image. Because it seems like once you find this community, it's like now you're in a kind of a protected community. So now him doing like this, him allegedly, like doing what he did, does that affect the community in a way and make it look bad because he just now converted to Islam?
Yeah.
I'm one of the individuals. I'm not gonna. I don't want to place any aspersions on any individual, but I do think that is very interesting. Your first fight over in Saudi Arabia. Shout out to His Excellency Turkey. I believe his name is Turkey. Is it Turkey?
Yeah.
Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But shout out to His Excellency for trying to put on great fight.
No, let me tell you something. I will never call another man His Excellency. I don't care how much money you paying me. Ain't nobody His Excellency to me. But God, like, ain't no fucking way.
Wait, hold on, wait a minute. I'm calling the man by what they call him by. That's all I'm trying to do. I ain't trying to disrespect.
Nah, man.
The reason being is because I gotta give him credit. I gotta give credit where credit is due. The man trying to put some of the best fights on, and when we see, we may have the Bivol Beterbiev fight. We done heard multiple sanctioning bodies not trying to sanction that fight, and now all of a sudden, when the money is right, hey, well damn that ain't no. We ain't heard no complaint. We ain't heard no complaint. It ain't got
nothing to do with the money, dog. It ain't got nothing to do with the money.
It got everything to do with the money.
It ain't got nothing to do with the money. We could have been had this fight summer of last year. The fact of the matter is what it's always been. No. Listen to me. Bivol has been scared shitless of Beterbiev. He got his ass whooped when they met way back when. No, like Beterbiev even called him out to his face, and Bivol would just be like, ha, buddy, ha, buddy. Like the dudes never wanted to fight him. Now that Beterbiev's pushing 40, he finally feels comfortable.
Man, y'all gotta stop this, man. Y'all gotta stop this. Oh, they aging folks out and all that, man. Look,
Why he
look.
didn't fight him last summer? Why he didn't
Well,
fight him last summer?
I'll tell you, according and once again, this ain't according to me. This is according to the sanctioning bodies. I believe it was the WBC. I believe I could be wrong. It may have been WBO. Maybe
Uh-huh.
what they said is because of and now this is what I disagreed with because I think both of the individuals are training out of Canada at this current moment in time. But
No. One's Bebo trains out of California. Better be Canada.
okay. I'm sorry. I appreciate you correcting me. All I'm saying is that even with the brother training out of Canada, one of the sanctioning body wanted to say, well, you're still Russian, and so we not trying to make the fight happen. We not supporting what Russia got going on.
Okay,
Me
I
but
told you
check
personally,
this
that,
out.
Tony. I think
Yeah,
that's
I
why the
know,
fight
I
was been
know.
delayed for so long is because they're both Russian fighters. Even though Beterbiev is not a Russian citizen anymore, he's still like considered like a Russian fighter.
Yeah,
am
but
I lying? But am I lying about
Bebo
it?
defends that belt, it's a Russian
Am I
fighter fighting
lying?
for that
Am
belt.
I lying about it though? Am I lying about what I'm
No,
talking?
but what I'm saying though is yes, that came out, but that was years ago. That was years ago
That
during the
was last
COVID time.
year. It was
No, it
last year. It was
wasn't.
in
No, it wasn't.
2023.
It was like when it first kicked off in the Ukraine that came out. With that was like over a year and a half ago. Like that's been a minute. Like they could have fought this summer.
Tony, I think also I don't know if you like covered this or not, but like Bivol also had some like legal trouble with his wife, allegedly for committing Ike and Tina type of situation.
Oh
Allegedly.
shit. I didn't even hear about that, but all I know is
Eat the
Better
cake.
Beef, top rank. They went to Beeble. They had a meeting with his team, the Zone, to do the fight for summer of last year, and Beeble pulled out of the negotiations. He did not want the fight. Better Beef has been calling this dude out for so many fucking years. Way before the shit kicked off in the Ukraine, Better Beef has been calling him out. Beaver has shown no interest, none. And now that this man is damn near 40, now he wants to fight him all of a sudden. And I don't even believe we're going to get the fight because I think fucking Callum Smith's about to upset this whole damn
I
thing.
really hope he doesn't. With like everything, I wish the boxing gods would just give us this and not let that happen. Like, I really hope not.
Yeah, well, 39.
I'm
You gotta
hoping he
understand.
shows up with his brother's ankles. Something happened to his ankle and then he gets knocked out. That's it.
I mean, the lighter you go in weight, the more age affects you, and the quicker it affects you.
But I mean, is he even proven at 175 though? Because I mean, who has he actually fought at 175? So I mean, there's also that.
Well, that is true, but his power has looked scary at 175. Like he is.
That's true.
looked
Yeah, I mean, he's been
scary.
knocking people over. I won't take that away from him, but it's like I'm only going off of is he also somebody who fights to a high level? Because I mean, in terms of when we saw him against Canelo, he didn't do anything. So one would say that Beterbiev is just a bigger version of Canelo, a la more deadlier because he could just put you away with any hit fist. So maybe it'd be the same situation.
Yeah, I'm just scared though. With age, punch resistance is one of the first things to go. And you got a dude who's way taller than you, way longer than you, who's cracking extremely hard. Like I said, that punch resistance is one of the first things that go.
You'd think Smith hits harder than Yard?
Listen to me. Tundi is a horrible trainer. Yard should have never had that fight stop. You gotta.
Whoa. Wait. Okay, hold on. Go ahead. Finish. I apologize.
No. You got a 38-year-old in front of you blowing his fucking load to stop you. You're still on your gosh damn feet. You keep the fight going because you know that is a 38-year-old in front of your fighter blowing his fucking load. If your fighter is on his feet, you do not throw in that towel.
Yep, I agree. That fight shouldn't have been stopped.
Nope, I disagree. Even though I like the way Yard fought in that fight, Yard fought the wrong fight in that damn fight. Um, the one thing I will agree with is that Tundi. I hope I said the brother name right. He's one of the individuals. He don't believe in sparring. He don't believe in those type of things. And I think that Anthony Yard, excuse me, if Anthony Yard sparred more, I think he would be that much more prepared. And in that fight, um, I really feel like if he made it more of a fight than it had to be, which I'm not mad at, but it was the wrong fight to fight. It was just the wrong fight to fight against that type of fighter. And so if he would have been able to utilize his skill set, his jab more, I thought he should have fought off the back foot early in the fight, and then in later in the fight, you know what I'm saying, go and fight. But the man was trying to fight in the 6th round. Ain't no way he gonna win a fight against Beterbiev fighting him in the 6th round. It's not gonna happen. And so
Like I
I just
said, like I said again, Dub, when you have a 38-year-old in front of you blowing his load to finish you, and your fighter is on his feet, you let that shit ride. Unless your fighter gets knocked on his ass, unless he's looking like a spaghetti noodle with his legs, a wet spaghetti noodle, which he never did, you let that shit ride. Because if your fighter can weather that storm, there is a strong possibility that fucking old ass man across from him ain't got no stamina left the next round. Now you recover. Now you attack. Now he's done.
Did he do the same thing in the Kovalev fight, or was he just knocked out? I couldn't remember if he got the towel thrown in on him or not.
Well, Anthony Yard, he had one good round, and it's like he blew his load against Kovalev, and then he got stopped. But that's what I'm saying. Like every time Anthony Yard has stepped up, he has lost badly. And the thing about it is, at some point in time, you got to look at the fucking coach.
He doesn't like sparring. Like, what's up with that?
you had never heard that?
Lions
Nah.
in the camp. Lions in the
Go
camp.
go
What's
go
the-
go
what's
look
the
it up.
logic? What's the
Go look
logic
it up.
behind
But they didn't stop Anthony Yard. They didn't stop this man from sparring for multiple years now. This ain't nothing
Wow.
new, but the man ain't been sparring nobody. He trains. They train him, but he not big on sparring. So I'm one
Wow.
of the individuals. I think sparring is, of course you're gonna train a certain way. You're gonna do those type of things, but sparring plays a huge part in
Listen, that's why
training.
George Foreman was so successful. All he did was sparred and hit the heavy bag.
Yeah, you gotta
Hey,
spar, man.
but hey man, I'm gonna jump off real. I gotta go argue with another individual right now. I'm sorry.
No.
My
I'm
brother
about to
Tony.
end. I'm about to end the stream.
But
This was
Tony,
only supposed to be
hey,
like 30, 40 minutes, and you kept me on for damn near 2 hours.
I gotta tell you, Tony. I gotta tell you, Tony. I gotta tell you. Anytime you live, bro, like I don't get to catch you often. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I'm working. One of the reasons I done had. Well, I'm still working, but I've been working from the crib lately, so I've been able to jump on a little more. But anytime you go live, man, hit me up, man. I would love to jump on, bro. You know, you got a great boxing mind. You know what I'm saying? A hell of a panel. The individual, they know the sport, so anybody who know the sport, I'm willing to argue with the best of them. You know what it is, Tony. So much love and respect, my brother. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, I appreciate you hopping on, and I got you. Next time I go live, I'll shoot you a message on your channel. And yeah, you're more than welcome anytime you want to get on.
Let's do it, bro. Let's do it. Hey, family, y'all take it easy, man. Shout out to everybody on the panel, man. Much love and respect. Like I said, y'all got great boxing minds, and I love talking to individuals who know the sport of boxing because it make it a little easier. Then I ain't just got to cut shot from the beginning. So, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Much love and respect.
Much love, man.
Same to you, brother.
All right, before we end this, Prodigal will get the newest one up. I'm gonna ask you, what's your fight in 2024? Well, what's your top 2 fights that you want to see in 2024?
Definitely Beterbiev versus Bivol.
No. Heavyweight.
Oh, heavyweights. Oh, that's tough. I mean, well, we got to get the unification, right? We got to get Tyson Fury versus Usyk. Versus that, I want to say It's hard because I like what Parker's been doing lately, so I want to see maybe Parker Zhang. Why not?
No, it stole my thunder. So I'm dropping a video tomorrow. I want to see Francis Ngannou versus Zhilei Zhang. That's my fight of
Fair
2024.
enough. Fair enough. Did you guys also did you see my comment about Joyce versus Wilder potentially? Like loser leaves town, basically.
Oh, I would love.
No, I didn't see that.
I would love that matchup.
What would you think? Like whoever was to win that fight basically is like it's kind of like whoever wins continues their career. Whoever loses, that's basically the retirement fight.
I think
Yeah.
Joyce kills Wilder.
I like that fight. My route for Wilder before Miller just got arrested was Wilder comes back, fights Miller for his tune-up fight back because Miller didn't really let his hands go and he was right there in front of Daniel the whole night. And then Joe Joyce was my next fight for Wilder. So if they do it next, I think that's a very good fight. But it's going to be a very hard fight for Wilder again because you got another dude who's going to put him on the back foot, who's going to come right at him like Parker did.
Yep.
But Joyce is slow too. Is what I'm saying. So
good timing. He's got good timing. He's real slow, but he knows how to catch you in between shots, like he did Parker.
Well, like you don't think like Wilder would have the speed advantage in this regard? Like you don't think he could just outspeed him?
I don't know. I mean, he didn't let his hands go against Parker, so if he doesn't let his hands go against Joyce, what good is the speed advantage?
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. I mean, but he would have to against Joyce because it's like, but he may be encouraged because seeing Zhang, he would probably say that I'm a much better athlete than Zhilei Zhang, so thus I can knock out Joyce probably even faster.
I don't think he is a better athlete than Zhang. I think people think because Zhang's so heavy that he's not. I've seen Zhang.
Yeah, he just looks soft, but he's really good. He's really good.
Didn't Zhang get a silver medal?
Yeah.
So, I don't.
Well, there's 1 degree of separation between him and Zhang. You got a silver medal, I got a bronze medal.
Yeah, but the thing about it is when I look at like how Parker got beat down by Joyce and how every shot was bruising him up, lumping him up, and then I didn't see Parker with any marks on him. Like for this mythical power that Wilder has, it didn't show up.
Nah, it didn't show up at all.
It's because he just was, I don't know. Wilder, he lost his his it factor.
Yeah, like he's crying at press conferences now. I'm like, dude, like it might be time to hang it up when you're sitting there crying, talking about risking your life. Every interview, he's now talking about risking our lives, and like you can't be in the ring thinking about dying, dude.
Yeah, he shouldn't have started smoking that shit.
Started messing with ayahuasca, allegedly.
There you go. That's what I was talking about. He shouldn't have started smoking that shit. He over there listening to Joe Rogan talking about, have you ever boxed on DMT? Like, nah, bro, you don't do that shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're messing up. He should just get on snack like the rest of us. Nah, I'm joking. I'm gonna start taking snack, Tony. I'm telling you, my comeback for 2024 is for real. So I too could be 24 pounds heavier in the ring.
Let me know how that works out for you. If you really jump on the snack, let me know how it works out. You being the physical therapist that you are. Because I don't think snack products are worth the shit. I think whatever they're giving the fighters is nothing they're selling on the shelf.
No, exactly. I'm joking. Of course not.
But on that note, I'm about to close it out here. We went way longer than I wanted to. I appreciate you hopping on, Prodigal. Jay, I'm going to let you close out the stream. You can tell people where to find you if you want to. Post your link in the chat and the playback can catch it and, subscribe to your channel. On that note, I'm going to hop off. Jay, closes out.
Likewise. Thanks, fellas.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. You can subscribe to the J Roos Theory. I appreciate it. I have a backup platform in WJ. You can check that out too. Thanks to Tony for having me. And like I always say on my platform, LSR forever. And be fearless. Yay.